Hi you guys, welcome back to my series Venus through the Signs. This is for Venus and Scorpio. So if in your birth chart Venus is sitting in the sign of Scorpio, this reading would be for you. Just so not to confuse anyone, Venus sign and the sun sign are different. However, in astrology, yes, both your Venus and sun can be sitting in the same sign, but if it's not, this is really to focus on Venus and Scorpio. So if you don't know what sign your Venus is in your birth chart, you can go to any free astrology site, enter your birth day, time, location. It's going to generate a free birth chart for you. And just look to see where Venus is sitting, the sign that it's in. If it's in Scorpio, then this video is for you. Also, you guys, I just ordered a new Oracle deck that I want to try out. So we'll be using these at the end of the reading for overall advice for this month. And this is for the whole month of March. All right, so Venus in Scorpio. Also, you guys, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I ask that you please continue to do so. And also for those of you that are wondering, this is my spiral deck. Sometimes with my spiral deck, I'm able to pick up on more esoteric or metaphysical things that are happening. And two, if I see anything, I like to focus on love, but if I see anything dealing with career, spirituality, health, anything, I'm going to put it out there. So I know sometimes people say, I thought this was just a love reading. No, sometimes, if I see other things that I feel like God is inspiring me to talk about, then I'm going to do it. Okay. So the heart of the matter, I have 3 of Wands, High Priestess, and Death. And then I have 7 of Wands, the Wheel, 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and 2 of Pentacles. And then for those of you, I never really explained why I pull out more than one card for the heart of the situation. For me, it just gives a little more clarity to this card. So all right, so we'll go ahead and begin here. Now, with the 3 of Wands, I feel like some of you may be in a long distance relationship, or you're waiting to hear from someone, or you're waiting to see if something happens. Something that you've done and you're waiting to see the results of it. Like you did your part, and now you're waiting to see what happens. So for instance, if you signed up on a dating website and you're like, okay, I did my part, now I'm just waiting to see what type of responses I get. Or if you have been having trouble, if you're in a relationship, and some things may not have been going right and you feel like you did your part or you spoke out about it. Now you're waiting to see what your partner is going to do. Or if you had some sort of breakup and you spoke your mind, or you did what you thought you were supposed to do. Now you're just waiting to see the results. You're waiting to see what happens. I feel like you're trying to be optimistic, like you're looking out and you're waiting for this answer. Like even if you send out a text message or something, you're waiting to see what happens. Like, will they respond? What are they gonna say? I just kind of feel like you're trying to see. I feel like too, you're trying to pry into the future, or you're hoping for a premonition, or you're actually going to psychics and readers to find out what's going to happen. But there are some things that are being withheld from your view, like something's being blocked. Even if you yourself are intuitive or psychic or medium or whatever, like you're trying to find out something and the universe is like, not yet. I can't tell you that yet. And it could be because there are It depends on other people's free will. It depends on, a multitude of things. So some things it's not time for you, or if you knew the answer, then you're not going to learn the lesson that you need to learn, or it could just change things. So although you do have free will, it's like you need patience for this response that you're waiting for. There's a lot of hidden things going on too. There may be some wolves in your circle. Could be some enemies in plain sight. So for whatever reason, it's like it's not meant for you to know that. Like, I feel like God is just asking you to just be patient and listen. And for those of you that have dreams or premonitions and you keep note of them, you're going to have to refer to that. Any additional moves you take need to be based on intuition and not from a psychic's opinion, or not opinion, but, based off of what they see. For some of you, it's like you're going to have to, or even if you do go to a reader or a psychic and you're asking what's going to happen, and they're just like, I can't tell you that part. I can't tell you when this is going to happen. It's like you're only going to get like partial information, because some things are meant to keep withheld for now. Also, someone is hiding something from you. Like something ended, like either a relationship, or yes, a physical death in the family, or a friend or something, or around them, a job, something ended. And either you're not telling someone, or your partner is not telling you that something is ghost, something is no more. Some of you have had some sort of premonition about something that was dead or ended. Some of you already know deep down inside that something is over or ended. Something. I think if you listen to your intuition, you know that something is a dead end. Something has completed its journey. Some of you, I want to say your ancestors that have crossed over, speak to you, in dreams, or they bring you these messages. They're no longer here with us. So, whenever you see these signs, like, I don't know, you walk into a room and there's a dime on the floor, and you and your partner were talking about, if I had a dime every time this happened, I don't know, something, but it relates, you see something that relates to your relationship, or it relates to the person that you were with. That is how your spirits are communicating with you about a situation, or to clue you in on something, having to leave you hints here and there. But for a large portion of you, there are these dreams, there's some sort of premonition that you had that ended, or you're about to have a premonition of something, or intuitively you already know that something ended, something is no more. Now, I feel like you're defending yourself or taking some sort of stand. Like you have all these obstacles against you. Could be invisible obstacles. For some of you, yes, I will say that you're fighting a spiritual war. Has been like some sort of witchcraft put on you, or someone, put ill intentions out And, you know, that's why you're having so many obstacles. Now, I know all of you are not into that, but for those of you that are, that message is for you. So it's like you're protecting yourself. You know, you're having to protect yourself from all these outside obstacles. Now, twos, again, this is speaking about endings and beginnings. For my female viewers, I always like to say something about your cycle. So once your cycle ends or begins, there's going to be some sort of commitment or settling down or getting over some sort of hurdle. Like things become easier for you. I'm feeling like either by the end of the month or by the time Aries begins, especially by the time Aries begins, or when Venus goes back direct, which will be within about, I think, 6 weeks or 7 weeks when Venus goes back direct for all my astrology viewers. I feel like the tables are going to turn. Things are going to go in your favor. Whatever has been going against you is going to be reversed. If anybody has put anything on you, it's going to be reversed and put back on them, especially if something was done with ill intent, ill will. You know, even that goes for you. If you've been, be careful of your karma, what you put out there, because it can come back to you. It's only fair that the karma is returned. But for this particular reading, I feel like it's saying that something that was put on you is going to be reversed back to your enemy. I feel like you're going to have the upper hand. You may start off this month still taking a stance. Now, for some of you, somebody is going to want to claim you. Somebody's going to fight for you. Somebody is willing to take a stand against some obstacles to fight for you. And that's going to be happening for some of you this month, or you're fighting for someone. For the male viewers, I'm sorry, I just don't see women fighting for men. That's just me. So that's how I read that. But if you are a male viewer, I feel like you're going to take a stand and fight for, kind of like mark your territory. Just want to claim, you know, the person that you're with, or the person that you want to be with, especially if you're dating, especially if you were trying to decide between a few people, because I'm seeing like 3 people on here. And then at the end here, it's just like making some sort of decision and trying to take your time, because I feel like you keep making the same mistakes, or you've been doing something over and over again. It hasn't been working. You keep making decisions that lead to nowhere. So you want to be mindful of that. Overall, for some of you, I feel like you're going to be getting some sort of commitment. Either you're going to be committing to someone, or someone's going to be committing to you. This is part of your destiny. And this is part of the reason why whatever work was done on you could get reversed, because it goes against the laws of nature. Like, say for instance, if someone was jealous of your relationship, and so they performed a spell to cause trouble in your love life, or break up you and a spouse, like, it's coming to an end. It's, you know, that cycle is over, because that it was never meant to last with that person, whoever broke you up. And again, like I said, this could go 2 ways. If you've done anything to someone to break someone up, it's going to reverse. And, you know, if they're meant to be with that person, they're going to be with that person. There's nothing you can do to stop the will of fate. So whenever the will of fate steps in, this is karmic. This is God. This is something that your free will can't stop. This is the results of your free will coming back to you. But there is like some sort of completion or getting over that last step. For some of you too, If you get invited out to a party or a gathering, especially like a home gathering or a house party, I would say go, because there's a possibility that you could meet the person that you're going to settle down with at that gathering. So I would look out for that. I also feel there's a possibility that you could meet someone that you settle down with, or you start to settle a family business with. Now, there is still a level of confusion about some sort of choice, like some sort of repeated action. I feel like you're taking your time to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes. Generational, something about generational. I feel like if some of you have been having dreams about weddings or settling down or marriages, there's a possibility that that dream may come into fruition. Or if you had a dream that you were, a premonition that you were invited out to a wedding or a gathering of some sort, I feel like that's going to happen. Let's see. All right, so some of you may be offered like a ring or commitment, or it's like a new start. I'm kind of feeling like you're afraid of what's being offered to you. Like, this is something from your past. It's something that you're having anxiety about. I feel like you kind of feel alone, or like you're growing by yourself. You're standing alone in your cause, or you're standing alone in this fight. Something that brings a little bit anxiety to you. It's like you're being asked maybe to make some sort of decision, but you're not ready to, or you don't want to, or you're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision. I feel like you're praying for some sort of clarity, or saying, please say it isn't so. For some of you, I do feel like there may be some bad news. And I hate to say that, and not to be a Debbie Downer, because, I have Venus and Scorpio too. So, but for some of you, I kind of feel like you're receiving some sort of news that you don't really want to hear. And it could be about where your relationship is going, or if your ex settles down with someone else, or just kind of feel like, I kind of feel like you're in between, you're stuck in between two decisions. You're like, this could go either way. I feel like you're torn at some point, and all your insecurities come back up to haunt you. Some of you are fearing about some sort of spiritual attack, or your anxieties are actually like a spiritual attack. Some of you may get involved with either another air sign, such as yourself, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and also could be dealing with an earth sign, such as a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And then there's going to be some deception. There's that Seven of Swords. I feel like a lot of Libras, too, have been getting the Seven of Swords card. So there's a level of deception. Someone is not being upfront. Someone is trying to be slick or sly. And this is why you're having a hard time listening to your intuition. You're like, do I listen to my heart, or do I follow like my intuition, or look at what's really going on. Like, I feel like you're having a hard time seeing reality because you're still caught up in this dream of having a relationship, or a permanent relationship. And so you're trying to make sure you're not making the same mistakes, but I just kind of feel like you are. Either you are trying to get away with something, you're not being completely honest about something you've done, or someone is not being completely honest with you about what they have done. Almost, I want to say, like someone has possibly gotten married, and you don't know it. They're not telling you that they got married, and it's just like, what? And so they're trying to come off to you like they're single or available, and they're not. But there is some sort of level of deception here. Also, it could have been something that you did without someone's permission, or you're keeping or hiding something. You're hiding someone's belongings. You're like taking something that doesn't belong to you, or you've taken something, or you will be taking something that doesn't belong to you, or you're doing something, taking advantage of someone who may be a little naive, or using your intelligence to kind of have the upper hand. I almost want to say like maybe someone could be spying on you. I keep getting that too. And they're not telling you that they're gathering all this information on you, or that they have this information on you. But there's just some level of deception. Even if someone, I don't know, some of you may be involved with someone who is a hacker or is capable of hacking, and they're not telling you that they have hacked your account and they know your every move. Because I just see that person, and they're running and looking, and this person, they're looking so innocent. They're like being naive, and maybe they don't know any better. They're just learning how to value themselves. But there's someone that could be very deceiving. Someone is not portraying to be the person that they are. Someone is also very confused. They're not telling you that they are involved in more than one person. I just kind of feel like someone has shared some information, but not everything. They're still keeping some of that to themselves. So be mindful of that, Venus and Scorpios. I'm going to go ahead and do the Oracle cards. For those of you that want to know, this is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. So I'm going to ask for overall advice for the rest of the month for those born with Venus in Scorpio. Okay. And give me just a few moments. I'm definitely not used to shuffling cards that are so big. I keep wanting to shuffle the other way. And it's just like, that's hard. Advice. Well, love is the advice for Venus and Scorpio. So let me take a moment to pick up the energies that I'm feeling. If you're in a relationship, I feel this is the person that you are supposed to be with. If you are single, I feel that you are going to find the person that you're supposed to be with before the month is out. I saw those indecisive cards in the other deck. I feel like someone, either you or somebody, is going to make a choice like this, saying, you know what, you're the one for me. I see a fresh start. If there's been a breakup, I feel reconciliation. There is growth between the two of you. Things become balanced. I feel that there's love and trust again between you and this person. Sorry, you guys. It's time for me to go. Pick up my daughter. She's okay. Don't worry. Not child abuse. But, and then too, I'm just kind of looking at this blue on the female. I feel like if you use your intuition, if you follow your intuition, you're going to have clarity. There's a sense of calmness, especially for my women viewers or those that are more in touch with their feminine side. I feel like you're going to have clarity. There is a light shining between you and this person that's undeniable. The growth is undeniable. There's to me, the white roses are showing like the innocence and starting over. And to me, it's almost like the Lover's card. And the only thing that is intervening or coming in between them is not a third party, but the potential of a future, like growth, new beginnings. This green just makes me think of fertility, freshness, a fresh start. The yellows make me feel warmth and honesty. So maybe in that deception card, maybe there's a chance that everything will be put out into the open and you guys can come together. You know, and overall, for those of you that are in established relationships, whatever hiccups there were, I just kind of feel like you guys are going to reconnect and come back together. This is growing, something growing from the earth and expanding. I feel like you guys are going to be sharing with one another, looking into one another with trust. I just kind of feel like overall, by the end of the month, things will be better. So the advice to love is to trust your intuition and know that that person that maybe you have been longing for is the person that you're supposed to be with. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe for private readings. Remember to hit that description box and email me directly. I don't have a website just yet, but thank all of you and many blessings to you.